What's going on, my friends, in the land of YouTube? Or the world of it, I must say. Anyway, I've kind of had a low-key day here on a Sunday. I did get some work done, some music. I sat at Panera Bread. Panera Bread's my new Starbucks. So far, it's pretty good. Hell, the coffee's good. And I get a little program where you get a free pastry. I'm like, okay, well, one won't kill me. But it's cool, you know. Start making my own coffee at here, and it gives me an idea on get my water kettle out, man, and just start using the tea bags, because that's what this whole thing back here is set up to do. I've been buying too much coffee at the convenience store, and you know, I like to travel and hit local coffee shops. That's cool, but making your own coffee, man, it's cool. It's the way to go. It works for me. I mean, I'm just one of these guys. I'm not a big coffee connoisseur. You got to have it a certain way because it's just coffee. You know, you're at the store. I was just at Aldi's. I was picking up some stuff. And side note, Aldi's is a very good place to grocery shop. If you have an Aldi's in your area, I'm telling you, they're cool. It's a great place to go get some stuff. A few things that I get very commonly at Aldi's are very good. These little, I don't have one here to show you, but what is biscuits? These blueberry biscuits and things. I love eating in the morning. They're really cool. I have to show them to you sometime, but I don't have it right now. So, but my point was, when you're at the grocery store, you see these iced coffees they're selling in bottles in the coolers. Basically, it's just coffee they make, and you can do that yourself. Make a big old thing of coffee and put it in the fridge. You get your jug of it. Maybe you can have your own iced coffee. I know some people, and a real good friend of mine, she takes freeze-dried coffee and milk and makes her own like cappuccino cold in the morning, and freeze-dried will dissolve. I've done it. It really works. You shake it up really good, and you can put a really good milk or creamer or something in it. It's actually pretty good. It is pretty good. I like it. I haven't done it in a while, but I like it. Since I had my RV, I hadn't done it. And hopefully this isn't getting too dark. It is dark. Sorry about that. But anyway, but I got that done, did my laundry. That's another thing about RVing that I talked about is, you know, the things that when I talked about the other day, yesterday in fact, about if you're looking to get an RV, the things that you're comfortable with you might not want to do or settle for. If you're willing to sell that house like I did and cut loose, one thing is laundry mats. And you know, it's not really that big a deal. I mean, it would be expensive big deal if you had 4 or 5 loads of laundry a week, but I may spend $5, $6 a week with laundry, because to me it's just like one load of wash, one dry, and we're good. It's called the single guy laundry. I just, you know, unless I had something specific, it all goes in well, you know. It's not, you know, just throw them all in there and go with it. I'm good with it. That's just me. You know, I think girls may be different. They shop for clothing different. You know, if there's something about your clothing you need to separate, that's all good. You know? That's me. That's just me. But anyway, you know, you think about whether you really rely on laundry mats or anything for your laundry, if that's something you don't want to do. Now, I will say, they do make these, if you want to go RV, let's say you wanted to go the travel trailer route, they make those in those big fifth wheels with washer and dryer connections. Some nice ones. You get a good 50 amp connection, you've got it. You got your laundry. That's how you do it. It can be done, folks. I'm telling you, it's not impossible. A buddy of mine's got his travel trailer, Phil. He hadn't used it because he swears it doesn't work, but you can only use a little bit of items at a time. But he had a washer-dryer combo where it washes it and then it stops and it dries it off in his bedroom in the closet. And he had the connection, which was cool, but he just didn't want to use it. It's been sitting there not used for the longest, and I guess he has his reasons. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. There's some brands out there. His biggest mistake, poor Phil, and I hate he went through this, we talked about this yesterday, is he bought it from Camping World. Camping World is a scam. That's another thing. If you're looking to go RV, whatever you do, don't buy from Camping World. My opinion of that is not good. You want to know how bad Camping World is? I think I mentioned this before. Get on YouTube. There's a guy who's devoted his whole YouTube channel on trying to take Camping World down. And listen, he ain't just pissed off customer. He's showing you documents and from a lot of people who've been burnt by those guys, and it's bad. Phil got burnt on that deal with all these warranties they put on you, and they don't honor a lot of them. Then they filed for bankruptcy and said, we can't give you the money back. They're not giving you money back for all these warranties because they filed for bankruptcy to protect them on that deal. Good old Marcus Lemonis. I'm telling you, that guy, he ain't cool. You know, I used to think he was pretty cool and all right when I was watching his show, but when you start realizing how he actually does business, it's not cool. And I hate to talk down on somebody like that, but man, it's not good. I talked to a guy one time. He went to Camping World to get an RV, and they told him, if you're going to pay cash for it, the price is higher. They raised the price on him because he wouldn't finance it through them. And then they try to do it again, play games, because he didn't get the warranties. What does that tell you? You just have to go look at these contracts and the things they do. By the time you pay that RV off, they've gotten you. They have pocketed so much money, and it's sickening. It really is. And and I hope one day that they quit that nonsense and things get better. If they realize they're losing customers, because I never can understand why a company would do people like that. They know you're not going to get return customers. You burn enough of them, you're out of business. So, well, who knows on that with Camping World, but a lot of things. I mean, this is part of that research in the 4 years I did before I went RV. I learned these things. Where to and not to buy an RV from. Be very careful about what you're doing. And I learned. Listen, I bought my RV. I didn't know everything, and even then, there was one thing I missed. And what I didn't do when I bought that RV is I didn't run the generator. This was because I got to the point where this is a brand new RV, and it really was. The RV was 2 years old. It had 11,000 miles on it and only 8 hours on the generator. What I didn't realize is that the 8 hours on the generator should have been a red flag because they didn't run the generator. These generators, these RVs are made to run. You got to run them. It's okay to run them. You got to run them a minimum of 2 hours a month. You got to keep these Cummins generators. They don't like ethanol gas, so you got to keep like seafoam, fuel treatment, a couple of cans a month in it. It really does help. It cleared my RV up very well. It really got it running a lot better because the guy that bought it, he was like, it's running good. And I'm like, yeah, thank God it's running good. And it really wasn't anything wrong with it. It just that gunk needed to be cleaned out of there. But it gets to a point I've learned with these generators, and Cummins will tell you this, is that it gets a varnish in that tray of that carburetor, and it's not coming out. They have to replace the carburetor. And for the life of me, why they're still making these generators carburetor, not fuel injected, is beyond me. But I guess they have their reasons. And Cummins is very expensive. If you've got to replace that generator, yeah, it's not good. Several $1,000s. So it's like putting a new engine in your car. Is about what the cost is. So, but anyway, all's good on my part. I want to go here and rap and just babble, because that's all I'm doing is just babbling. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I guess it's kind of the diary of my life, the daily adventures of van life. How about that? But anyway, that's another thing to kind of think about, just one of many things when you're looking for RVs, or if you want to build a van. What do you want out of it? What are you looking for? I learned a lot from these people, the way they built their vans, these builds. I mean, I've seen some amazing builds out there. These people put a lot of money, and we're talking very high quality builds. I mean, almost like someone built a house and just stuffed it in that van. Beautiful tile and countertops. We're talking Corian or marble. Good night. It's unbelievable. That's what they wanted. They wanted to put the money into it. It was their thing to do. So nothing wrong with that. I put some money into this, but in a different way. I did it myself, more DIY, and I shop things out a little bit different than most do, especially in electrical, because I knew about it. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get off here. Low-key day. Like I say, as I always say, if something cool happens, I'll cut you in on it. Until then, folks, I thank you for watching. And if sorry about this. If you hadn't watched any of my videos and you're new, as they always say, hit subscribe. And whatever, You can hit that bell and whatever alerts you want, or just hit subscribe. Either way, I appreciate you watching. Have a great one. Be cool. Bye.